Yo, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. We are live for Newport County against Bristol Rovers. We've got a bit of League Two action before England later tonight. We've got League Two and then League One. So Newport County are not on a great run at the moment. I think this is 4 games without a win. They're not playing very well anyway. They're really on a bad run of form, Newport. Bristol Rovers, on the other hand, are playing quite well. I think they're 4 games without. Newport are 4 games without a win. Bristol Rovers are 4 games unbeaten, I think. Let me just double check that. Because I think when I looked at it, I was looking at it last night, and they've had, hang on a second. Yeah, there you go. That's right, yeah. So 4 games, actually it's 4 games. 4-game losing streak, Newport County at this moment in time. Really, really struggling in League Two. Yeah, they lost to... Oh, no, those are pre-season games. So they lost in pre-season, and they have already gone out of the EFL Cup to Millwall as well. But they've lost 4 games on the spin to Cambridge, Milton Keynes, Salford and Grimsby. Scoring just twice in the process, it has to be said as well. It's not been a great start to the season for Newport County. However, Bristol Rovers, on the other hand, it has been a pretty good start to the season. They didn't do all that well at the start, but then they are 3 games unbeaten. They beat Grimsby Town, they won at home to Cambridge, and then they drew 0-0 with Oldham Athletic. So, yeah, pretty poor start to the season for Bristol Rovers, but then they've kind of recovered, and this is going to be a big test for them away at the Exiles. So, this is what we're looking at today. Newport County against Bristol Rovers. That's the first game. Just asking, you've just said, Key, what's the schedule? So I'm going to tell you today we've got Bristol Rovers against Newport. Then we're going to do at 3 o'clock. The 3 o'clock game that I've chosen is Doncaster Rovers against Bradford City. Big Yorkshire derby. So yeah, Doncaster against Bradford. That's the game that I'm watching. And then 5 o'clock we're going to do England against Andorra. Because... why not? It's England, right? So we'll do England against Andorra. And we'll see how we get on. Shelley, good to see you. Chimey, hey Key, hey chat. I'm happy I'm not fatigued and my ankle is starting to heal too. I sound like a senior citizen. You sound like me. That's pretty much me, to be honest. Sore ankle. Yeah, left ankle. When I did that when I was playing football many, many years ago. Fine now, like, but yeah, it doesn't half give you some jip if you start playing football again. Right, sorry, hang on, I'm not ignoring your TikTok, I promise, I'm still listening. Let's go through the lineups as well. We need to go through the lineups for this one, don't we? LG, how's it going? Sam, good to see you. Taylor, good to see you too. Eagle MMA, Anani, I don't know what that means. Senin Ben, don't know what that means, but good to see you. Tomo, do you like football? You wouldn't guess, would you? Right, so this is your starting lineup for today's game. Newport are as follows. They have Sanev in goal, Oguneye, Baker, Clark, Jenkins and Driscoll Glennon at the back. In midfield, it's Evans, Brennan and Braybrook. And then up front, it's Reindorf and Bobby Camwer. For Bristol Rovers, it is Young in goal, Sparks, Lopata, Alfie Kilgore and Southam Hales at the back. And it's Conte, Josh McEachran, Josh McEachran and Chang in midfield. And then it's Thomas, Promise Omokere and Fabrizio Cavane, the Swit centre-forward. So he's playing up front, Newport against Bristol Rovers today. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. Really looking forward to this one. At Rodney Parade, down at Rodney Parade. Mighty MJ, I told you months ago Vince McMahon was buying Spurs and you laughed. Who's laughing now? You never told me Vince McMahon was buying Spurs. I don't know, maybe you're thinking of someone else. Maybe you... Did you go and put it in Simon Wilson's channel by any chance? Because you didn't tell me anything about Vince McMahon buying Spurs. And as far as I'm aware, Vince McMahon isn't buying Spurs anyway. Didn't he nearly buy Newcastle not that long ago? Yeah, as far as I'm aware, Vince McMahon isn't buying Spurs. ZDXV, good to see you. ZQXV, sorry. When Neil met Tom. Neil Warnock and Tom Cleverly. Ostermore, do they want McMahon owning their club? I've no idea. I've no idea, mate. Someone's just popped in and said Steve McMahon. Steve McMahon. Steve McManaman. No, Vince McMahon is buying Spurs, apparently. Which, I don't quite think that's the case. He's on his last legs anyway, isn't he, Vince McMahon? Vinnie Mac. Be yourself, Dylan. You watching England? I am, yes. I will be watching England later tonight at 5 o'clock. Mighty MJ1 says he definitely is, which is why Levy has started withdrawing. Okay, well, hey, interesting. If that is indeed the case, I stand corrected. Ethan, did you watch the Scotland game yesterday? I didn't, mate. No, I watched Senegal against Sudan instead. And that was a good game. It finished 2-0 in the end. But now we're watching Rodney Parade, Newport County against Bristol Rovers. So, yeah, looking forward to this one. Unknown B says, I'm going for a 1-1 for this game. I've gone for Bristol Rovers away win. Just because the form guide tells you an awful lot. I know form's temporary and all that, but Newport are on a 4-game losing streak. Bristol Rovers have not lost in 3 games. They've got 2 wins and a draw in their last 3. So Newport really struggling. Bristol Rovers doing quite well. I just feel like I'm leaning more towards Bristol Rovers today, and I think the Exiles might struggle. Ostermorg, Spurs should sign Greenwood, then he'd have a great relationship with the new owner. Churshot in the changing room. Get another Spurs documentary going on. Mighty MJ, you told me I'd eat my words last time, but no. Mate, you've definitely got me confused with someone, because I would never ever use those words. You would never ever catch me saying you're going to eat your words. That's just not a phrase I would ever say. So I am 99% certain that you have confused me with someone else. I don't believe I have ever discussed the prospect of Vince McMahon becoming Spurs owner. I don't think I have anyway. I'm sure the last I heard, Vince McMahon was interested in buying Newcastle or investing in Newcastle. I've no idea about him buying Spurs or investing in Spurs. If you're saying that's going to happen, then, cool. Awesome, but I have no idea where you're getting the I don't believe you and I have spoken about it before. LG, are you watching any after England? No, I don't think so. Mighty MJ, you mock again, but you'll see. I'm not mocking. I'm reading the chat from YouTube. Someone else is mocking. Someone else is telling you that they don't want Vince McMahon. Steve McNally, what's the Rangers score? Oh. I don't think Rangers, thankfully, are playing at the moment, so I think they'd be glad of the break. Wim, hello, Club Bruges fan is here. Michael Scoras. I don't know what that means, Wim. ZQXV, who's playing Key? It's Newport County against Bristol Rovers at Rodney Parade. So this is about to kick off. Bristol Rovers have won only one of their last 14 away games in all competitions. So it is very much the case that Bristol Rovers aren't great on the road. However, Newport aren't great wherever, really. So yeah, not a particularly good stat. Danny, I hate the international breaks. Mate, there's still some cracking football on during the international breaks. Here's a perfect example. Bristol Rovers away at Newport County. This is going to be a good one. I do think it's going to be an interesting game. Like I said, both teams' forms a little bit all over the place. Genwill, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. What in the shite is this? Go Rovers! It's going to be a good game. Win prediction, England or today? England is today. It's at 5 o'clock today against Andorra. I have gone for Andorra not to score, England to win by 3 or more goals. So if Andorra score, I'm goosed. Which, to be honest, they nearly did last time, didn't they? When England played away in Andorra. We watched that one on this channel as well, and Andorra didn't play too badly. Danny, I'll be glad when the Premier League is back. Oh, me too. Listen, I'm not going to lie, Danny. I definitely, prefer the Premier League, of course, but still footy in it. Footy's good fun. Don't matter who's on. Okay, right. We are 2 minutes away from kick-off here at Rodney Parade. Taylor H, the England game will be a snooze fest. Do you think so? I still think England have got something to prove under Thomas Tuchel. And it just feels to me like he's got to win and win really, really well tonight. It can't be a case of just kind of stuttering over the line again, because England haven't been convincing under him at all, have they? It's not been a great start to his career, put it that way. Not been a brilliant start to his career. What we're saying, Will, can you name an Andorran player? I can't. No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. No. Not really. Most of the Andorran players play either in Andorra or in the lower Spanish leagues. Taylor H says we've got a squad. We have to put in about 5 or 6 goals minimum. Mighty MJ, Lee Carsley was better, but he didn't believe in himself enough. Do you think that was the reason why Lee Carsley didn't get the England job? I don't, honestly. I just think something to do with the FA. I just feel like the FA just generally prefer, they just prefer foreign coaches as a general rule. I would have preferred them to go for an Eddie Howe or whatever, but annoyingly they've gone with a foreign coach, which I don't agree with. And do you know what? It was good to see Michael Owen talking about this the other day as well. Michael Owen on his podcast with Rio Ferdinand was talking about this, saying that it should be, in his opinion, our best against their best. Like, you shouldn't have foreign coaches and foreign managers and foreign masseurs and all that. It should be about our best against their best, and it should be about patriotism and all that sort of thing, and it just isn't. It's no good. It ceases to be England, doesn't it, if you've got if you've got a German head coach and German assistant managers and all that. It doesn't make any sense to me. The hardest geezer, personal opinion, Harry Kane is the best striker on the planet. I think it's a very good case for that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like Harry Kane an awful lot. I think there's a very, very good case that he's the best striker on the planet. Taylor, English manager thing don't work. It doesn't matter whether it works or not. In my opinion, anyway, I would much, much rather. It kind of ceases to mean anything. Again, in my humble opinion, I would rather finish and get knocked out of the World Cup and all that sort of thing. I'd rather finish in the group stages or nearly not even qualify. But it's our team. It's our country. It's our it's our people representing us, sort of thing. I would much, much rather that than have. No offense to Thomas Tuchel, very, very good manager, but we shouldn't have Germans representing England. They don't get all teary-eyed, abide with me and all that sort of thing, do they? They don't think about that sort of stuff. They don't have the. It's a cultural thing. I just don't think it should happen anywhere in the world, really. I disagree with, Steve McLaren managing the Jamaican team just as much. I just don't think it's right. When it comes to international tournaments, again, that's just my own personal preference anyway. Genwill, Matty Taylor, Sean Scannell, what about him? What do you think of Nagelsmann so far? It's not been a great start for him either, has it, to be honest, speaking of German coaches. Genwill, I think Callum Wilson is the best striker in the world. I'm a supporter. Ostermorg, what players do Liverpool have playing for England? I think Curtis Jones called up? As far as I'm aware, I think that's it, to be honest. I don't think anyone else has been. Kwanzaa, obviously, he's no longer with us, but I think he's been called up. Other than that, I think it is literally just Curtis Jones, yeah. Harvey Elliott's not been called up, and obviously he's at Villa now. We used to have Trent in there a lot. Obviously, he's not with us now. So, no, I don't think Liverpool actually ever... I don't think we do have a player or a team in... a player in the England team. Yeah, well, I don't diss Steve McLaren like that. He is pure Jamaican, man. Seal it up. Seal it up. Mighty MJ says, Carsley came across as unsure of his own ability to lead, even though he's nailed on to get the job. Hardest Geezer says, Southgate was class, he just fell slightly short at the final hurdle. Unbelievable effort. But Taylor says the way he played was so depressing. I agree. I didn't like the way that Southgate played with England. I felt he was too negative. He was almost the Arteta of international football, wasn't he, Gareth Southgate? Mighty MJ says, don't rule out Kane returning to Spurs. I think Kane's far more likely to go to Barcelona next. That seems to be where they're lining him up. Hardest Geezer, I'm literally just sat abroad right now, listening to the man, the myth, the legend, Kee. Nice. Whereabouts are you in the world? If you don't mind sharing, I'm keen to, even, you don't have to tell us like pinpoint exactly, but give us a country at least. Again, Will, regarding my Matty Taylor, Sean Scannell comment, I had another comment before that as to why I like Bristol Rovers. Oh, I must have missed that. Sorry. Thank you to Nicholas Swatton as well, by the way, for becoming our latest member of the elite Premier League Dad Supporters Club. Like it. I actually like Bristol Rovers. Funny story, did a Man United career mode on FIFA 14 and Rovers just beat me casually in the FA Cup. Fair enough. Yeah, I hadn't seen that. Okay, there you go. I like that. Mighty MJ, Southgate was a dull man who played dull football. I just don't think he gambled enough. It's not even necessarily the style of play. It was just, for me, a little bit too safe at times. He didn't gamble in the big games when we really, really needed him to. So, yeah. Hardest Geezer, I'm literally in Cape Verde, mate. Lovely place. One of my mates is in, where is he at the minute? Boa Vista? Is it Boa Vista? Yeah, he said it's really nice. Apparently it's very volcanic though. No adventure in Southgate. Yeah, I agree with that one. Hardest Geezer, I'm glad you agree with me on the Kane opinion anyway. I respect that. There's not too many others though. You look at Haaland. I don't think he influences a game anywhere near enough. Sometimes if he's not scoring in it, you wonder what he's doing. Isak, again, probably a little bit in the same category and still finding his feet, it's got to be said. At the top level, because he's only played one season in the Champions League with Newcastle. So I guess it'll depend how he develops over the next couple of years at Liverpool. Again, Will says, speaking of Portugal, prayers to the victims of the tram tragedy. Oh yeah, that was awful. That was absolutely awful. The tram that crashed in Lisbon the other day. 12 people died. Very sad. Very, very sad. Feyenoord, are you a Liverpool fan? I am, mate, yes. We want Arne Slot back, please. No chance. Free kick to Bristol. I know, yeah, I was going to say, to be honest, this hasn't been a great start to the game from either side, but free kick to Bristol Rovers here for the softest free kick I think you're ever likely to see, to be honest. Eric Papalou says, who stays up and who goes down? In my opinion, the teams that go down are going to be Leeds, Burnley, and I'm stuck between Wolves and West Ham at this moment. Probably Wolves. Oh, good effort. Really, really good effort there. Newport County nearly taking the lead. Good shot and good save. Hardest geezer, your ball knowledge is outstanding. Fair play. Well, some people would disagree, mate. Zach, Rangers or Celtic? I haven't really got a preference on Rangers or Celtic. I like both of them. Been up to Ibrox and Parkhead a few times, but yeah, no, I'm not really that fussed on either one. I like both teams, both clubs. LG says Brentford got more chance than Wolves going down. Mate, Brentford have no chance of going down. Brentford will be fine. You look at Brentford's team, they are miles ahead of Wolves. If you was to do a combined 11, for example, of Brentford's team and Wolves' team, you're not putting too many Wolves players in there. Kelleher's better than Sarr. You look at the back three, you've got Nathan Collins at there. I mean, even if you go for Damsgaard gets in. There's only really Ouattara that I would look at. Ouattara from Brentford again. There's only really Strand Larson in Wolves lineup. Maybe João Gomez at a push. But no, I think Brentford are miles better. LG, look at who Brentford have lost. Yeah, no, listen, no doubt at all that Brentford have lost big players, but Brentford were doing incredibly well and nearly got Europe last year. Just because they've lost Thomas, Frank, Wissenen and Burmo doesn't mean anything, really. Like, that doesn't mean they go from that to relegation. Look at Ouattara and how well Ouattara's done since he's gone in there. Keith Andrews going and getting a win against Aston Villa. I thought they were really, really strong away at Bournemouth in the League Cup as well. Igor Thiago's come back in after injury. He looks a different prospect. Looks a really, really solid striker for him. So, do I think Brentford will finish top half? No. But I think they're very, very safe. They're not going anywhere near those relegation zones. But Flecken, mate, they've brought Kelleher in. Quaveen Kelleher's better than Flecken. He was the best number 2 in world football last year. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know who that was who sent it to me. Dundee Soul, thank you. I didn't see that. Eric Papalu, I think Leeds will be alright. I think Burnley, Wolves, West Ham. Bit biased as a Leeds fan. I just think Leeds have not got the goals in them, mate. That's my only problem with Leeds. They don't really have any goals up at the top end. There's not enough players in that Leeds squad that I look at and think you're able to score enough goals in the Premier League. You've got Dan James. He's been in the Premier League before, can't do it. They lost Manor Solomon. He was one of their top scorers last year. So he's gone back. So they've got Dan James. Joel Pirro, there's absolutely no chance he scores in the Premier League. I think Nemecha got 6 goals in the Bundesliga last year. Willie Nonto's been in the Premier League before. He's not done it. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, again, you're not going to keep him fit enough. I just look at that Leeds attack and think they might do all right. They've got some solid midfield and defensive players that can maybe be stubborn. And I think we'll see a lot of games from Leeds that are a bit like the Newcastle one. 0-0s and 1-0s either way. There won't be too many like Arsenal where they get battered 5-0. Or at least I would hope not for Leeds' sake. I think they can be stubborn and defensively quite sound, but they won't score enough. So if they concede first, they're knackered. Hardest geezer, Grimsby beating United was beautiful. Reese, who was a better player, Owen or Wazza? Wayne Rooney. Yeah. Wayne Rooney was the better player, and that's from me as a Liverpool fan. Owen was better as a young player, so I'll agree with Michael Owen that at the age of like 17, 18, 19, even 20, Owen was better than Wayne Rooney. He had a better emergence, definitely. But Wayne Rooney went on to become a better player. But again, my humble opinion, Robbie Fowler was better than the pair of them. Robbie Fowler was better coming out. Nobody started a Premier League at 17, 18, 19, 20. Robbie Fowler scored 30 goals a year. There's never been a young player like Robbie Fowler before or since. Well, however good you think Wayne Rooney was or Michael Owen, none of them compare to Robbie Fowler. Robbie Fowler better than Rooney. Mate, I swear to God, go back and look at Robbie Fowler. Before he did his knee injury, he was literally up there with R9. The guy was absolutely sensational. He was carrying Liverpool to a Premier League title before he did his knee injury. Gary Neville said it himself. And he's a Man United through and through. Gary Neville literally said, if Robbie Fowler hadn't got injured and he'd have been playing in a Man United around that time, he'd have been England's greatest ever centre forward. That was Gary Neville's hot take. And it's true. I'm telling you, it's true. If you grew up around that time, you know how good Robbie Fowler was. He got did he get two back-to-back PFA Young Player of the Years? And he was getting 30 plus goals a year at 17, 18, 19. It was absolutely sensational. Sensational. It was only for the fact that he was a little shitbag, to be honest, that kept him out of the England squad. Genwill, maybe a hot take, but Brentford finishes higher than Brighton. Oh, God. I don't see that one. My problem with Leeds is that Danny Farker, let's say they have the players, but he only knows one way of playing. I think Farker probably gets sacked just after Christmas, maybe. Or maybe just before. Chimey, Key, have you seen the Bayern Munich BMW concept kit? It's the most beautiful shirt I've ever seen. I haven't. No, that's a new one on me. I'll have to have a look at that. Send it me on Twitter if you've got me. Genwill, I have Rooney with whole career. He transitioned from being a striker to playing deeper. Even now, Fowler's a shitbag. I think Fowler, if he'd have had maybe a touch more discipline, played maybe under a Sir Alex rather than under, no offence to Roy Evans, but Fowler was playing with people who were out drinking on the coach and all sorts. He was a rat bag. He was a little scrote. Whereas I think if they'd have drilled into him at a young age, discipline, looking after yourself, we'd have been talking about Fowler in the same leagues as R9. We really would. Right. Corner kick to Bristol Rovers. Ball whipped in. Header. Chance. Off the bar. Oh, ref's given a foul. I don't think that was a foul. LG, would you say Mamardashvili could be the best number 2 in the league? Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I think so. He was probably one of the best number 1s in La Liga last year. So every chance. Thiago Alcantara has joined Hansi Flick's staff at Barcelona. Interesting. Taylor, Robbie Fowler better than Rooney. Fowler clear of Rooney, says Jack. Edward, done in, mate, was playing football yesterday. Nice. Jack, speak some facts, you, Key Thomas. Cheers, Jack. Afternoon, Key, says Liam. Good to see you, Liam. How's things, man? And LG, been a terrible start to this Newport game. What minute was that? 16. Well, we're on 16 now, so it was maybe 15 something. Legend says, my country drew with Sweden. Yeah, Slovenia. You did all right, didn't you, in the end? Pinched a late win. Was it Vipotnik with the goal, the equaliser at the end? Nice. Yeah, well done. If Alexander Isak had come off the bench at the end, I think you might not have got the win, the draw in the end. But hey ho. Liam Manning, not bad, not too bad, man. Yourself? I am good, yeah. Looking forward to another Saturday of football. 89th minute, real banger for real. Again, Will, R9 and Fowler are similar in different ways. Had issues, and obviously with R9, the health issues, apart from injuries, but he stayed productive. Yeah, I mean, look, the thing with Ronaldo and Fowler, they both had bad knee injuries that like, sort of took the edge off their game, took the pace away. But they were still fantastic finishers after, weren't they? I feel like Fowler had different goals to his game than Ronaldo did. Like, you look at some of the goals Fowler scored, it was left foot, right foot, 25, 30 yards out. Whereas Ronaldo was picking the ball up and running past people. Fowler wasn't really that way inclined. Fowler would pick the ball up and shoot from anywhere with any foot. Ronaldo was picking it up and running and carrying it past people. But I love both of them. They were both fantastic players. Okay, we've got a slight injury here. Newport have got a player down. Promise Omokere, the number 9 for Bristol Rovers, just banging into, I think, one of the Newport centre-backs. Observer, have you considered getting shadow box frames for the shirts? It's a new one on me. I've never even heard of shadow box frames, to be honest, Observer. I'd have to... let me Google them while we're on. I'll have a quick check. I've not thought about it. No, I've got to be honest, mate. This whole channel is like 6 months old. Like, I'm super, super new to the whole thing. Quit my job to do this. So I am super new to it. I've no idea how... Well, I didn't really have any idea about going live on TikTok or YouTube or all that stuff. So I'm literally learning as we go. What were they called again? Shadow box frames. This is going to be a meme, innit? No, it's not. Deep box. Oh, they're like 3D boxes. Okay. They're nice. I imagine they're quite spenny, though. Would look better on the wall. Yeah. To be honest, I think in an ideal world, if it's still progressing as it is, obviously I'm on about 6k subs on YouTube. I'm on 4k thereabouts on TikTok. If things keep going all right, then I might maybe upgrade and make it look a bit better. Can get them for £8-ish. Okay. Well, I was gonna say that's just a basic IKEA thing, and I've just got them all nicely folded and stood up. So. Yeah, no, I agree. There's probably better ways I could present them. I'll have a look at that, though. Thank you. I appreciate the tip. Shadow box frames. I'll take a look at them. LG, are you watching Doncaster next? I am indeed, yeah. We're on to Bradford against Doncaster. Doncaster against Bradford, isn't it? 'Cause it's at the Eco Power Stadium. Yorkshire Derby. So we're going to be watching that one at 3 o'clock. Heard it football. Who's your team, pal? My team is Liverpool. Supported Liverpool all my life. My dad did too. Basically a third generation Liverpool fan. From just out, I was born about 15 minutes away from Anfield. I always feel like I have to justify that every time someone asks you a Liverpool fan, even though I'm not a Scouser. He's a closeted United fan. Yeah, I'm a closeted United, Spurs and everyone else fan. But no, I am. I'm a Liverpool fan. Who's your team, more importantly? Forget my team. Who's your team? Again, Will, is it time for the match clock to start going down instead of up? Feels like it with some of these games, doesn't it? Where it's just, there's nothing happening. There's nothing going on. We've had one shot on target and a corner that hit the crossbar, but it was then pulled back for a free kick. That's been the tail of the tape in the opening 20 minutes here. Heard it football. Man City fan myself. Been a City fan since 1991. Oh, nice. See, I've always had a soft spot for City, mate. I grew up watching the City at, Main Road. And I've got an old City, do you know the IDOS shirt around about 97, 98, I think it was. Because my hero, Robbie Fowler, played for you. But yeah, Kincladze, Sean Gota, back in the Main Road days, Ali Benabia, Danny Tiatto. Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So I hated United, therefore City were always okay. Bristol Rovers are in, claim for a penalty, ref. Nah, you're not getting that. Eric, he also played for Leeds. He did indeed, yeah. Yeah. Leeds, City. Liverpool, back to Liverpool. He played for Muang Thong United in Thailand. He played for Cardiff. He played for Blackburn Rovers briefly as well, I believe. And he also played for Perth Glory. Are you trying? No, wait. Eric Pat. Oh, we've done that one. Reece, I'm an Arsenal fan from Luton, Key. I think you live a bit closer to Poole than I do to Arsenal. You do. And to be honest, you still kind of half support Luton, don't you? Luton's having a bad time. Again, Will, on a serious note, regarding the discussions about time wasting, do you think that are we seeing time wasting here? I think Newport would be quite happy with a point to just end the run of really poor defeats. Eric, didn't he manage Perth Glory? I don't know. I don't think so. He might have done. You've got me questioning myself now. Robbie Fowler. He managed a couple of teams, but I don't know if he managed Perth Glory. He's currently managed... Oh, the last team he managed was Alcadia. No, Brisbane Roar. He managed Brisbane Roar. He also managed Muang Thong United as well at the end of his career. Plus East Bengal. And then, yeah, Alcadia. So he's bounced around a little bit. Some player, Robbie Fowler. Heard it all. City got Ali B too late in his career. Yeah, he was a fabulous player, wasn't he, Ali Benarbia? Really, really top player. Same with Kincladsey, to be honest. Uwe Rosler. The ex-Wigan manager. Some good players for City in that era. Danny, what game are you watching? I'm watching Newport County against Bristol Rovers currently, mate. And then straight after this, we're watching Doncaster Rovers against Bradford City. And then tonight we're watching England v Andorra. So I'm pretty much live now from now all the way through to about 7, half 7. Heard it football. He was mint. Kinky goal versus Southampton. Danny, big W, bro. Well, good to see you anyway. Nice to have you on the channel. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe if you're new. And same for all the people who are watching on YouTube as well. If you're new around here, give us a like, give us a subscribe. It massively helps the channel. It massively helps me. So, if you can, take some time, click the sub button. Really, really helps me. Danny, what team do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. Heard it football. Need a wingman for City versus United if you fancy it, Paul. A wingman? What do you mean? You need a wingman? As in for a watch along? Or are you talking about someone to actually play on the wing? A City that short that you're reaching out to chubby TikTokers? Danny, oh no, I have to unfollow now. I'm an Arsenal fan. Oh, mate, don't be like that. We're all right, us Arsenal fans. Arsenal and Liverpool, we're okay, actually, in the end. It's all good. We could do, yeah, we could do. The only problem would be is I don't know if you stream on. Do you stream across multiple platforms? Because the only issue would be I wouldn't really be able to do it just on TikTok. It'd have to go across everything. Because I'm live on YouTube and Twitch and X and wherever most weeks. So yeah, we'd have to see. 3-star Reds, afternoon Key. Just a quick stop by after doing a bit of gardening, tidying before the autumn sets in. Got the game on and not impressed so far. It's a bit of a slow burner. Again, Will, speaking of Perth Glory, Daniel Sturridge totally flopped there. I mean, he flopped everywhere after Liverpool, sadly. He kind of bounced around. Trabzonspor, West Brom. He went a few places, Sturridge. He was never the same. My hometown signed Honda and Nani. Flopped. Honda and Nani? As in, I'm assuming you mean Kaisuke Honda. Again, one of my favourite Japanese players ever. Who's your hometown club then? If you don't mind me asking. Bristol Rovers chance. Oh, it's going to be a corner, surely. Is it? Offside, I think. Heard it football. I do it on TikTok, pal. It'd be... we'd have to see. I don't think we could, to be honest, because if we only did it on TikTok, at the same time, I'd be broadcasting on YouTube and people wouldn't be able to see you. So it'd all be a bit chaotic. Archie, Millwall going up, Key. Yeah, that's a good... I think they've got a good chance of playoffs. Wayne Taylor, do you watch the women's games? I watched pretty much all of the women's Euros. There's a few people asked me to do the Liverpool v Everton Merseyside derby in the Women's League, the WSL, tomorrow, but as a general rule, mate, no, I don't watch the women's games. Not because of anything, because I'm an absolute dinosaur, misogynist, sexist at heart. Forget all that. No, honestly, mate, I just don't really know an awful lot about it. I don't know which teams are good. Don't know which players are good. The Women's Euros was actually a really entertaining tournament, and that was probably the first proper experience of watching women's football for a dinosaur like me. So yeah, no, I enjoyed it, but I don't think I'll watch too much of the women's game this season. If I'm dead honest, I think there's just going to be too many of the men's game. And I prioritise that because I kind of know where I am with the men's game, I guess, and I can broadly speak about each team, whereas I can't really do that with the women's game. I've no idea who's good, who's bad, who's rubbish, and whatever. It's a bit like tennis. Women's tennis is a different sport, really, to men's tennis, isn't it? Melbourne victory. I don't know if you remember Kevin Muscat. Of course I remember Muscat, yeah. He was another one who played for Millwall. Dirty player, Kevin Muscat. Kuehl also played here. Yes, Harry Kuehl. Didn't Dean Bouzanis also play for them? He's another ex-Liverpool goalkeeper. I'm sure Dean Bouzanis played for Melbourne victory. Daz Reynolds, what game are you doing later? I'm doing England v Andorra tonight at 5 o'clock, but at 3 o'clock I'm going to be doing Doncaster versus Bradford. Eric, hope Harrogate Town win today. Got a little soft spot for them. Yeah, I've backed Harrogate as well today. I've also backed... what other teams have I backed today? Wigan away at Lincoln. Crewe. Stockport away at Plymouth. Huddersfield at home to Peterborough. There's a few I've got back today. Kieran Brotherston, who's your top 5 this year in the Prem? My top 5 in the Prem this year are pretty much the same as last year. I think it'll be Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea, same as last year. And I think 5th will be Spurs. So that's the only thing really that I can imagine is going to change. Yeah, Bolton at home to Wimbledon. Yeah, that's probably another good shout. I've got them as well. The only thing with Bolton is, same as Huddersfield, the odds aren't great. So I'm always a little bit wary about backing them, because if they let you down, it's just not even worth it for the odds. You look at the state of Bolton again and Huddersfield, even though they are nailed on to win, it's just not worth it. So, yeah, I've backed Bradford away at Doncaster, Bradford or draw. I have backed... What else have I done today? Let me tell you. Yeah, draw or Leyton Orient away to Port Vale. Draw or Mansfield away to Wickham. Barnet to beat Shrewsbury. Swindon away at Barrow. Cambridge at home to Oldham. Draw or Accrington Stanley away at Cheltenham. Harrogate at home to Crawley. Crewe away at Colchester. Bradford away at Doncaster. And this one, Bristol Rovers or draw against Newport County at Rodney Parade. So we'll see. Jonathan Klaus France. Hi from France. Good to see you, Jonathan. Observer, Exeter, Leyton Orient, Mansfield treble. Thank me later. Well, there you go. We've done them. We're covered. Eric, Bolton, Exeter, Lincoln, Harrogate and Walsall mine today. Bolt Gang, Gordon, don't bang. Bolt Gang or don't bang. NFL is better than soccer. I don't know what soccer is, mate. You're talking gobbledygook as far as I'm concerned. John, not excited for the England match today at all. Not feeling the vibe from Tuchel. United 7. Yo, how's it going, mate? Again, Will, my country person is playing in the Merseyside derby tomorrow for Everton. I'm from the Philippines. Oh, lovely. My mate's just moved to the Philippines with his wife. Yeah, met her over here in Manchester, and they've moved over to the Philippines permanently. Loving it. Life in Manila. Again, Will, our only pride regarding football achievements is the Barcelona top scorer is Filipino before Messi broke the record. Eric Papalu, my old man's country had a good win last night, 5-0. Greece, yeah. They played very well, didn't they, Greece? Southam Hales for Bristol Rovers just putting the ball out of play, but he does get a yellow card for that. I don't really know why. Did he kick the ball away or was it a late tackle? Let's just watch this back. Oh yeah, it's off the ball. Oh, Italy, sorry. Greece won 5-0 last night though, didn't they as well? I think they did. Someone was telling me that Greece won last night 5-0. We was doing Senegal against Sudan last night. I'm sure Greece won. Let's have a look. What was Greece's score? 5-1 against Belarus. I'll tell a lie. CK Sky says full-time 0-2 Bristol. Let's hope so, CK Sky. I'm rooting for Bristol today. I need at least a Bristol draw would do me. I'm happy for Newport to get a point. Just no more than that. Please don't win. It's a free kick. It's absolutely shocking. First 35 minutes here has been dreadful, I've got to say. John Strelek destroyed the Germans. Can't wait to watch him at Borough. Is that the replacement for Finn Azaz? It was Bobby Camwer with the shot. 3-star Reds, just a few small accers on both teams to score and no draw today. Daz Reynolds, did you see Isak's goal? It was on Twitter. No, Daz, that was from years ago, mate. That's people trying to fool you. Isak didn't even play last night for Sweden. He stayed on the bench for the entire game. It was a pretty... I'm surprised, actually. I didn't think Isak would start. I knew he would only ever maybe come off the bench, but I thought he would get at least maybe 10-15 minutes. Alfie Kilgore's just been penalised for a foul. Not great. Tossy, hey mate, how's Southwood been for Rovers? Southwood? Who's Southwood? I don't know Southwood. And about Southam Hales? Is it Southam Hales? Southam... Yeah, I thought it was Southam Hales. We've just seen Southam Hales get booked. I assume that's who you mean by Southwood. Southwood's not in the squad today, mate. Maybe he's on international duty. Yeah, he's on international duty with Northern Ireland. I was just having a look then. He's on international duty. Joe, how's it going? Good to see you. You know who did score for Sweden? I do, yeah. That third-rate winger from the northeast. John Strelek is a striker, more of a replacement for Lath. Eric, do a tenner on 1.5 goals on every game in League 2, usually there or thereabouts. Finn City, hello, you good, mate? I'm good, man, thank you. How are you? Hey, Gills, today I can see you're a Gills and a Liverpool fan. Gillingham away at Bromley today, aren't they? That's the late game tonight. I was going to watch that, but I've decided we're going to watch England v Andorra instead. But hopefully Gillingham do pick up a point. Could do with Gillingham getting a point tonight away at Bromley. Long throw in on the right-hand side here from Newport. And a foul. Honestly, how many times are they going to give this foul? Ridiculous. Again, if you're new around here, please do give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. It takes 2 minutes to just subscribe, and it helps me massively. Just lets YouTube know that we do lots of good watch-alongs here. So if you like variety, if you like different watch-alongs, whether it be Premier League, Championship, International Football, League 1, League 2. We're doing both League 1 and League 2 today. We also do La Liga, the Bundesliga, Ligue 1, all sorts of football on this channel. So if you like football, whoever you support, give us a like, give us a subscribe. It massively, massively helps. Daz, what's your 11 for tonight for England? My 11. I would go with, I think Pickford's got a starting goal. I would go... they've dropped Wharton out, haven't they? Because obviously he's injured. Let me have a look at the squad, because I can't remember off the top of my head who he actually included. I don't want to throw some names out there. I think Elliot Anderson's got to start in midfield. So I would definitely put Elliot Anderson in there, because I think if we aren't going to start Anderson, then we're resigned to kind of thinking that Jordan Henderson has to start in midfield, because we need someone to sit there. So I would go, honestly, Anderson, Rice. In fact, let me start from the back. Let's do it properly or not at all. Come on, Kieran, sort yourself out. Pickford in goal. I would go with Livramento at right back. I would go with... I think he's going to go with a back three, so we might as well do a back three. Even though, personally, I wouldn't play with a back three. But he's going to pick it, isn't he? So I would go Kwanzaa, Gueye, Konza. And then on the left, I would go with Jed Spence. And then in midfield, I would go Rice, Anderson, Rodgers. And Kane with Eze just off him. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Kane with Eze just off him, or Kane with Gordon just off him. I feel harsh though on Jared Bowen. Honestly, every time I'm thinking about an England squad, I always want to put Jared Bowen in there, because I think he's one of the best players going. I really do. 3-star Reds, I think we got spoilt in last night's internationals with the amount of goals scored. Let's hope for plenty later on. Daz, when does the Champions League start? Champions League starts in 2 weeks, mate. Foster 990, I loved Kee's Tommy Sideburns. Tommy Sideburns? Are they Tommy Sideburns? I've had a shave not that long ago. They can't be that bad. Joe Kraft doing arm wrestling with Isaac on the bench, apparently. And John, I always forget to tap the screen. Just gave you loads. Cheers, John. Thank you for that, man. Yeah, if you can tap the screen and share, it helps me out. Observer, do you cover the Ugandan Premier League? I mean... when I can. When I can, yeah. I'm getting criticism from all angles at the minute for not covering the Women's Super League. So I'm basically a raging dinosaur, sexist, misogynist. Baz, lads, it's coming home. Are you talking about England there, or are you talking about Everton winning something finally? John Steve says, is Reece James fit? I think he is fit. He was named in the squad. Whether or not he actually starts or not, I don't know. Kyron says, up the Chelsea. Callum Coyle, what's your bet today? Mine is, I've just gone through it, but I'll tell you it again. So, I've got Bristol Rovers or draw here at Newport County. I've gone Bolton or draw at home to AFC Wimbledon. Bradford or draw away at Doncaster. Huddersfield or draw at home to Peterborough. Harrogate at home to Crawley Town. Crewe away to Colchester. Accrington Stanley or draw away to Cheltenham. Cambridge at home to Oldham. Swindon away to Barrow. Barnet at home to Shrewsbury. Mansfield away to Wickham. Leyton Orient away to Port Vale. Stockport away to Plymouth. And England to win by 3 or more goals. So there you go. That's both. Haha, yeah. Dream on, sunshine. Thanks, Dylan. Appreciate that, mate. As always, thank you very much. Tossie says, I would be worried if England aren't going attacking tonight. We can't keep accepting mere results against the dross side. He's got to win and win well tonight, hasn't he? That's true. Dylan, England will win 1-0. Oh, I hope not. We need to win and win big. At some point, we have to put a marker down and win big. So if he doesn't, then on his head be it, I guess. John Steve, Plymouth have to start winning eventually, right? Just doing my acca. I mean, Plymouth are probably not terrible value for a draw. They'd be fantastic odds for it at home, and you would have to bet at some point they're going to turn it round. But no, I feel like Stockport are really, really good value for a draw no bet away at Plymouth. Yeah, so I've backed Stockport there. 3-star Red says, might check out the odds for both Elliot Anderson and Morgan Gibbs-White to score tonight. You are far too biased, mate. LG, who would you say is the best side so far? Bristol for me. I couldn't even tell you. The pair of them have been absolutely shocking. There's been neither of them that have been particularly good. Maybe you could argue Newport actually are the only one who've had a meaningful shot on target. So I would probably say Newport actually. Bar's got 35p. Gonna make it a 5. Watch this space. Hey, if you was trying to make just a 5 off 35p, back double chance on the likes of Crewe away at Colchester, and double it up with what were the bigger ones that I backed? Crewe away at Colchester, Leyton Orient away at Port Vale, Mansfield away at Wickham, Harrogate at home to Crawley Town, and Swindon away at Barrow. Do them, right? Double chance, all of them. Draw or Swindon or draw or Mansfield, whatever. Do all them. You'd probably turn that 35p into a tenner easily. Easily. LG says the number 9 for Bristol is decent. He's not really getting on. Is that Promise Omokere? Is that what we're talking about? Bars then add on Everton to win the league. Bang, Grandad, you like them apples? Everton to win the league. Sweet Lord. Long throw into the box here from Bristol Rovers. Flicked on at the near post. Out to the edge of the box. Shot. It's going to be a corner. Yeah. Corner to Rovers with 20 seconds of the first half remaining. Callum, I've got the same bet as you. Isn't that funny? You've doubled up on me there, haven't you? Good. Listen, I hope we do. I hope we both take them. Take them for all the money they're worth. Let's absolutely rinse them. LG, what are we saying? Oh, the number 9. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking what we was on about. Right, here we go. Corner to Bristol. Whipped in near post. Cleared away. Too easy, and that's going to be half time. There you go. There you go. All sorted. Right. Half time. My God. Can you hear that dog? The Candy Zone. How do? Hope all is well. LG, this game's not been the best. Yeah, it's not been fantastic, has it? John Zena, who do you think is the best £100 million plus signing in the Prem? Up to now, I would say it's Caicedo. Yeah. Caicedo, I think, is the best up to this point. However, obviously, it could change. Rice could make a big difference, and Isak, Wirtz, there's a few, but I would say Pogba, mate, behave yourself. That's it. We can never be on. We can never agree. We can never be friends. If you're naming Pogba, I would go down. I would honestly say Pogba is up there with amongst the worst signings in Premier League history. He was terrible, absolutely terrible. Pogba, mate, no way. You can't argue Pogba. That's got to be trolling. Has to be trolling. Grealish. Brian Unlove, how many added minutes? It's finished. It's half time now. Sorry, I should have stopped the clock. There you go. So it's half time. It finished. There was only one added minute. So yeah, half time. Newport 0, Bristol Rovers 0. Not a particularly good half of football, it must be said. John, Pogba wasn't terrible. Come on, that's too hard, mate. He was awful, and also he wasn't 100 million. He was in modern terms. Like, I mean, if you're accounting for like inflation, Pogba was probably amongst the most expensive Premier League signings ever. In fact, I think there's an argument he is the most expensive Premier League signing ever, in terms of inflation. Shearer's up there as well, actually, and Collymore. I'm sure Collymore's like one of the most expensive of all time. But yeah, Pogba's definitely up there with. I think he might be top 3, maybe even top 2. But he's very, very bad, very bad. He never really carried United. He was never a game-changing signing. Too often he was a liability. Prima donna. He was too worried about his boots and his brand deals and how his hair looked and all that sort of stuff. I didn't like Pogba. Didn't rate him. LG, Arthur on loan has to be the worst. Yeah, it's up there. John Steve, Pogba was more bothered about doing Fortnite dances than playing football. That's true. He spent more time perfecting his celebrations than he never ever did. Josh, let's be honest, how excited are we for England versus Andorra? On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say I am a 0.6. 0.6. Candy's own Crouchy in his prime. Hey, Crouchy was wicked. Giving it a bit of that. All that stuff. Wim, Paul Pogba, come to Jan Bredel in the Champions League. Who's Jan Bredel? Wim, listen, I love Belgian football, mate, but you assume that I know far more, and the audience knows far more than we actually do about Belgian football. Who the hell is Jan Bredel? I'm going to Google him. Should I know who Jan Bredel is? If he's like some random Club Bruges player from the 1970s, you're getting legged. Oh, it's actually the stadium name of Club Bruges. I probably should know that then. Given that I've been to Bruges. It's a multi-purpose stadium in Bruges. And it's the home of Club Bruges and Cercle Bruges. Well, hey, there you go. I've been to that stadium as well. I've been to it. How did I not know it was called the Jan Bredel? Has it always been called that? It's defo been called something else, hasn't it, in the past? How did I not know that? Josh, well, you won't know. You're the Premier League dad. I know, but I've done a fair bit of European football. I'm ashamed that I've been to a stadium that I don't actually know the friggin' name of. That's shocking. It was definitely called something else previously. Please tell me it was. If it was always called that, I've had an absolute shocker there. Michael Kieran, what happened to the Gay transfer? It looked certain Liverpool had signed him. Even Sky News said so. It would have been the perfect window for Liverpool with the Isak signing. Oliver Glasner just pulled the rug at the last moment, Michael. He decided that he needed his captain for the remainder of the season, even though Mark Gay had been pictured in Liverpool training gear and was all ready to move. At the 11th hour, Oliver Glasner threatened to resign and said that he would not carry on as Palace manager if Mark Gay was sold. So Steve Parish said, okay, we'll cancel it. We'll cancel it. We'll move on. John, you'll remember it from now on, though. Oh, I'll not forget it now. I'll not forget the Jan Bradel now. You know it. I've just realised we never put the chat up on the screen. We normally put the chat up on YouTube. I apologise. Let's get it going. Again, if you've not liked our video on YouTube, if you've not liked the live on YouTube, please do click like and subscribe. It takes you 2 seconds and it massively helps me out, so please do so. Same as if you're on TikTok. Again, give us a follow. It takes 2 seconds, massively helps me out, help a brother out. Spread a bit of love on this lovely Saturday afternoon. I hope whatever's going on in life for you, it's all good, all positive. Gary Parslow, Newport County. What about him? Are you a Newport fan, Gary? Are you an exile? Okay, right, well, Newport have got Tranmere away after this one. They're away at Prenton Park. Bristol, on the other hand, have got... who have Bristol got next, actually? I was looking at this earlier. Imagine, obviously, they're back in... they're back at home at the Memorial Stadium, so who is their next fixture? It's Barrow. Hopefully Barrow have been beat today by Swindon. So, yeah, they've got Barrow at the Memorial Stadium, whereas Newport travel away to Prenton Park to go and see Tranmere Rovers next week. This time next week. Both Saturday kickoffs, those as well. So, it'll be interesting to see how they get on. We just need a goal in this game, honestly. Give us a chance. Give us anything in this game. There's been one shot on target, I think. Let's have a look at the stats. As far as I'm aware, we've had one shot on target in this game, and it's been from Newport County. And it was pretty tame, to be honest. It was straight at the keeper. Yeah, one shot on target. 3 corners. Bristol Rovers have had 54% possession compared to Newport's 46%. 1 yellow card, which went to Southam Hales, the full-back, the left-back for Bristol. But yeah, I think Darryl Clark will probably be the happier of the two managers going in at half-time. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think Hughes coming back in with the remit of kind of steadying things and maybe trying to help Newport kick on. I just feel like it's going to be a long season for Newport if they carry on as they have in the last few games. Whereas Darryl Clark, there's always an outside chance with Bristol Rovers they can get back up to League One, so we'll see. Especially with Promise Omokere, the young fella who they've signed last year, really promising promise. LG says Bromley Gillingham looks like a good fixture. Yeah, 2 teams unbeaten at the top of the table, I believe, this season. I do fancy Gillingham to get at least a point in that one. It's going to be a tight game, I agree, but yeah, I fancy Gillingham to get a point away at Bromley. Reece, the ex-Arsenal CEO, is now Spurs CEO. He's done a Sol Campbell in reverse. I wonder if he's going to be like is he going to go and do like Rafa Benitez, Agent Rafa? going to Everton and nearly taking them down. Callum says, I'm going on holiday 22nd of this month to Wales. Very nice, mate. Whereabouts in Wales are you going? We had one of our regular chat members came in last night, was talking about his trip to Neffin in Wales, where he proposed to his missus, Tom. I don't know if you're in, Tom. I don't know if you're watching today, but Tom proposed to his girlfriend in Neffin, Wales. Beautiful part of the world. Yesterday, it was his birthday as well. So many happy returns, Tom. Good guy. So yeah, let us know whereabouts you're going, Callum. Michael, strange because Palace had signed a centre-half, having West Ham signing a player that to replace Gay, and in addition, Palace were set to sign a second centre-half called Igor, but West Ham took him. Yeah, so that was why it was cancelled, Michael. So Palace signed a young centre-back from Toulouse who isn't ready really to play. Like he's not a Gay replacement. He's just someone that can come in and add depth and a bit of ability. He's a long-term signing. Igor Julio was the player that they were bringing in to temporarily replace Mark Gay, and he decided to go to West Ham. So that screwed Liverpool over. Callum, stop cheering for a goal. We want 0-0 for a bet. Well, I don't mind, but have you got under goals on this one? I fancied Bristol Rovers to pinch it. John Steves as well in, Tom. Yeah, good lad. You always like to hear news like that. Sobersley, cheers for joining, Sobersley. Great name as well. Thanks for subscribing on YouTube. I don't know whoever just has, but the clock's just ticked up again, so thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Callum, no, I've got what you have. Rovers, your draw no bet. Yeah, but I don't think you know what draw no bet means then. Rovers draw no bet means that if it's a draw, I don't get anything. It comes off the slip. So a draw no bet is no bet. The bet carries on without that on the slip, so it just gets voided. I have done double chance on a lot of the others though, in which case 0-0 would have been fine, but this one's draw no bet. Who are Doncaster facing today? They've got Bradford City at home at the Eco Power Stadium. I've gone for Plymouth and I instantly regret it. Oh, John. It's not going to be good, that, because now one of me and you are going to be deeply upset come sort of 4 o'clock, 4:30. Oh, now we're fighting against each other now, John. Celebrity cruises. I'm not promoting celebrity cruises, by the way. I've just seen the advert come up. I really should start promoting stuff that I want, though, shouldn't I? Just start promoting Premier League Dad, sponsored by Lamborghini. Any chance? Also, we want Gaz. Well, we just Bristol Rovers. A Bristol Rovers goal. If it's a draw, it's fine. Like, it doesn't end the slip. It just makes it a bit less attractive, you know, a bit less profitable. But it's yeah, just covers off two things. John, I've gone for Plymouth. Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Right, we're about to kick off here. Second half at Rodney Parade. Newport 0, Bristol Rovers 0 at half-time. But we're about to kick off for the second half. Bristol Rovers about to get us underway. And here we go, we're off. The Pirates get us underway, the gas. Bristol Rovers getting us under. Getting us overway. Eric Papalu, how often do you stream? Every single day, Eric. Every single day I'm live for at least one game. So I did one yesterday. One the day. I do at least one through the week every single day. And then on a Saturday and a Sunday, I do usually 2, 3, sometimes 4 games in a day. So today I've got 3. Starting with this one, Newport, then Bristol Rovers. Then we're doing Bradford City away at Doncaster Rovers at 3. Then England v Andorra. Tomorrow, I've not decided what games I'm doing just yet. I still need to... I can probably still be influenced because I've not created the thumbnails yet. So if you want to help me decide what games we watch tomorrow, I'm happy to do that. But I think the games that I was looking at tomorrow... Probably just the later games, to be honest. Maybe Germany, Northern Ireland. I like the look of Germany, Northern Ireland. Maybe Turkey, Spain. I'm going to do Germany, Northern Ireland. That's definitely one. And then it's just whether or not I do... I could maybe do Lithuania against the Netherlands at 5 o'clock. Yeah, that's probably it. It's probably only 2 tomorrow. I'm not doing Celtic Rangers women. I'm not doing Liverpool Everton women. I was going to take a look at the African World Cup qualifiers and the Segunda Liga as well, because there's Almeria against Racing Santander as well tomorrow in the Segunda Liga. So I was really, really tempted by that, but I'm not going to do the women's games. No, I'm not going to do them. I'm going to stick with Germany, Northern Ireland. And probably just that. We'll see. We'll see. Senegal face Congo. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. NUFC KS. Hello, mate. How's it going? Good to see you. Okay. Long ball forward from Bristol Rovers. And straight out for the throw-in. Dill says, favourite League One game so far this season? Oh, Newport are in. Is he offside? Is he offside? He is offside. He scored it. It was camera through. Clean on goal. He's been ruled out for offside. Was he off? That's the question. Oh, he was. He was miles offside. He was a good 2-3 yards offside there. Oh, Bristol Rovers down the other end straight away. Oh, very nearly 1-0 to Bristol. Christ, all of a sudden the second half has come alive here. It's all started. Dill's favourite League One game so far this season. Sorry. Possibly. In fact, I'm not even going to say possibly because I think it would be this. We watched on the opening game of the season, we watched Bristol Rovers against... Not Bristol Rovers. Watched Bradford City against Wycombe. Now, Bradford City obviously being promoted in such a sort of massive way, wasn't it? It was a really exciting sort of end of the season for Bradford City. They get promoted. They come up into League One. And everyone was expecting Wycombe to do a job on them. Everyone was thinking Wycombe would be the favourites going into that one. But they were terrific, Bradford City. They won 2-1 on the day. But I thought that was a really, really good performance. So, yeah, opening day of the League One season. That's probably my favourite so far. Bradford City against Wycombe. And it's like we did it live on this channel. We watched it. It's on the recording of it is on YouTube. Callum, I don't have what you have got. Sorry, I've got straight up 0-0 on my Aka. I don't know why you'd back that. Got to be careful backing scorelines, mate. Scorelines are what... That's what do you. LG, surely Germany will walk that game. I wouldn't be so confident, you know. Germany weren't terrific. Obviously, they got beat. They got beat 2-0 yesterday by Slovakia, wasn't it? And, yeah, disappointing night, really, for Germany. Whereas Northern Ireland played really, really well away at Luxembourg. So yeah, Northern Ireland they could cause some problems for Germany. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Okay, long ball forward from Newport and straight out for a throw-in. Shocking. We've got to have surely some sort of a... Give us a goal, give us anything, give us a red card, give us something in this game. Bristol Rovers are sponsored by FanHub. What's FanHub? I don't know FanHub. Is that something I should know? FanHub rewards fans for their data and attention with reward points, enabling transactions and brand interactions within a dedicated app. Never heard of him, but given that we're watching Bristol Rovers, I'll take a look. The UK's first fan-powered economy, rewarding loyalty and giving brands the most authentic way to reach supporters in the moments that matter. Chance, must be! Off the post, must be, tap in, penalty, gotta be, hit it! There you go, 1-0 Bristol Rovers. Jesus Christ, that was scrappy. But it's 1-0 to Rovers, the Pirates have scored. Oh, I tell you what, that was absolutely League One football at its finest. It was a scrappy ball in, it was a shot from around about the penalty spot that hits the post, bounces back. It was a scrappy shot that could have been a penalty, to be honest, as he goes to shoot. I think is it Promise Omokere who goes to shoot, and he gets clattered from behind. Let's just watch this one back. First ball in, keeper can't get anywhere near it. It's right in the corridor of uncertainty between defender and keeper. Doesn't want to come near it. Second ball comes in, shot off the post. Promise Omokere dragged down, claim for the penalty. Second shot, goalkeeper parries it back out, saves it. And then it comes again, and it's... Who is it who actually gets the finish? Is it Thomas? I think it is, it's Thomas. It was Omokere with the shot, then it was Cavane, and then it was Thomas, the left winger. Luke Thomas with the strike that's put Bristol Rovers ahead here at Rodney Parade. And we've said Bristol Rovers would be the one to take the lead, and I think it's going to be. There you go. 1-0 Rovers. 1-0 the Gas. 1-0 the Pirates. How's that? John Steve says FanHub is that Pete guy who sings the Liverpool songs. No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't say that. That's Shield. That's definitely not the case. Please tell me that's not the case. Imu goes Darwin, Nunes. That fella. That's actually FanHub. There's no way I'm having that. There's absolutely no way I'm having that. Eric Papali, what's the worst sponsor on a shirt? I don't know. I tell you what, this could have been 2 quite easily. Already. Nice goal from Thomas. Observer says, good goal. It was an alright goal. Yeah, it could have been a penalty though, I think. Reece said that was such an obvious penalty. Reece, I love some of these lower league stadiums. Rodney Parade's a great stadium. Again, it's another one that I've been past. I've never been in, but I've been past it. I can't believe he gave that for handball on Luke Thomas. So close to being 2-0, that. There's absolutely no... You're having me on here. There's no way that's the case. If that's actually him... Oh, no, he's just a presenter. He's not... I don't think he's a... I don't think he's the owner. I mean, hey, listen, if he is, fair play to him. If he actually is, fair play to him. He actually is as well, isn't he? Oh my God. No way, that's blown my mind, that. That has absolutely blown my mind. Taylor H waiting for the Latvia game to start. LG, that handball shouldn't have been given. No, it was never handball, was it? John Steve, he's a funny guy. Pete is the greatest Liverpool fan to ever exist. Wow, that's rude. That is rude. That's so mad. Honestly, I would never ever have said that. That's so cool. Well, hey, fair play. Fair play to you, Pete. JM Audits. Hi, Kieran. How's it going, JM Audits? Good to see you. Pete is also a PE teacher. He used to be... Is he really? You're almost there, Key. Make a chant for Verts and you'll be sorted. Bruno the goal. Proper jobless. Oh, aye. 100% jobless, me. Quit the job for this. Would you believe? Quit your job to watch footy for a living. To watch football for a living. Imagine that. Yeah, I need to sort a song out for Verts then, don't I? Something properly cringe. Maybe put it to the tune of Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter so it's like on trend. Ken Will, we're going up. JM Audits, no Cov game today, I see. And I'm okay, thank you, mate. No Coventry at all. No Cov on this weekend, mate. They're playing when the Championship is back next weekend. John Steve says, classic Geordie's talking about unemployment. Taylor, again, Key, want your footy job. Trust easy. Mate, it ain't easy, I promise you. It ain't easy and it ain't profitable. Maybe in time it will be, but right now it ain't. Joe, you also need to dress up as Sabrina Carpenter when you do it. Joe, you're rapidly becoming a bit of a creep, you, mate. Keep sending me messages asking me to, you know, dress up as Sabrina Carpenter. You're gonna get problems. You're gonna get people starting to think you're a bit funny. So I will though. I'll do a Florian Wirtz song to some on-brand teen pop song. K-pop. That's popular now, isn't it? I don't know what any K-pop songs are. My sister-in-law, she likes K-pop. Callum, yes, get in gas for no bet. What's K-pop? K-pop, I believe, is like Korean pop. Yeah, Korean pop music. I don't know if it's actually in English or if it's in Korean. It's news to me. I don't know. But apparently it's something that all the kids like these days. I don't know. I only know it because my sister-in-law, she's into it. She likes it. But apparently it's really popular. Oh, it's 2! They've stuck it away! It's 2 and it's Thomas again. He's having an absolute screamer of a game. It's 2-0 Bristol Rovers. It should have been 3, to be honest. Thomas should have had a hat-trick. He's had nothing wrong with that second goal, but they've scored it now. It was Sky Sports trying to show a replay. They were trying to show a replay of his disallowed goal, and they had to cut it very quickly because he scored a second. Newport 0, Bristol Rovers 2. There you go. Get in, Luke Thomas. What a start to this second half. It could have been a hat-trick for him. Let's watch this back. Again, it's shocking from the goalkeeper in the centre half. The goalkeeper's had a disaster. The goalkeeper has had a disaster. That's twice now. Oh, it's absolutely dreadful from the Newport keeper. It was Baker who passed it back, and it comes back to Sanev, the New Zealand goalkeeper, Nicola Sanev. He has had a disastrous start, it has to be said. And this is his first season at Newport. He joined from Northampton after 4 years at AFC Wimbledon. But it's not been a great start to his Newport career. South Wales not enjoying Sanev in their goal. Well, maybe Cardiff are, to be honest. They're probably loving it. Three-star Reds, never been to Rodney Parade to see Newport play, but did stop off there, one on the way to Cardiff, though, for a leak. Callum Coyle, me and Kee are getting on to a good start. Yeah, we are, mate. We're flying, aren't we? Newport County coming forward, though, themselves. Good save from the Bristol Rovers keeper. I'm sure there's another Luke Thomas. There is, yeah. Leicester. I was going to say, yeah. Luke Thomas. I mean, it's a fairly common name, I guess, isn't it? But there is, yeah. There is another Luke Thomas. Reece, that's deserved after the disallowed goal. Yeah, and to be honest, the second and third goals were entirely the keeper's fault, weren't they? Let's be honest. Goalkeepers had a shocking start to this second half. But we've got half an hour left. There's still time. There might be more goals in this one. Joe and Luke Thomas at Coventry. Isn't that the same one as this one? Luke Thomas at Coventry. I'm not sure if there's a Luke Thomas at Coventry. Again, I could be wrong. I thought that was this one, to be honest. Yeah, that's this one, mate. That's this one who's just played. Luke Thomas, this one is the one that was at Coventry. And the only other Luke Thomas that I'm aware of is he a left back? I think he's a left back for Leicester, isn't he? Yeah, left back for Leicester. I don't know about anyone else that's a professional footballer. It could well be. Christ, me subscribers are shooting up on YouTube now. We've had a rough couple of days with only maybe one or two, and then all of a sudden I'm getting I've had about 15 in the last 24 hours, if that. It's all shooting up again. It's all good. If you want to go and join my YouTube channel, go and join the crusade. Help a dad achieve his dreams. Go and help me out. Go and join me over on YouTube. Premier League Dad. Kee Thomas. Remember the name. I'm thinking of Bobby Thomas. Who's Bobby Thomas? Again, yeah, I don't know. You probably got better knowledge on that than me. I don't know of a centre-back called Bobby Thomas. Reece, my goat, coming after Goldbridge. Yeah, Bundesliga rights. Who wants Bundesliga rights? I'll sort you out. We'll get the Welsh Premier for $14.99 a month on Premier League Dad. Llanelli versus Pontypridd. Boxed. 3-star Reds, if you can make a career performing K-pop, you've made it on the music scene. Peter Lelewu, watching from Kenya. Lovely. Good to see you, Peter. Are you in Nairobi? Lovely part of the world, Kenya. I've always wanted to go. Reece will get the Isthmian Premier League rights. Yeah. Oh, claim for the penalty from Newport. You're not getting that. It's knocked away. And Promise Omokere picks it up. Joe, why don't we get St. Helens Sunday League rights? We probably could, to be honest. One of my mates has just re-signed for St. Helens Town. My God, this dog. Can you hear that dog? I don't know if you can pick it up on the mics. Can you hear him? God, honestly, embarrassing. Anytime anyone walks past the front window, it's like a watchman. Sounds like a Doberman. Reese, why watch Bayern Munich when you could watch #United? Eric Papalu, any darts on today? I don't know, maybe. I guess. I would assume so. There's always darts on somewhere, isn't there? Usually always darts on, especially on a Saturday night on Sky Sports. Joe, my dogs are the same when someone walks past. He's crazy, especially with a postman. Genwill, I know Newport had or have a United player before. Regan Poole. Yes, they did have Regan Poole. They also had, didn't they have Levitt at one point? There wasn't Dylan Levitt at Newport for a spell. Don't think he actually. I've got to question myself here now. I'm sure there was. I mean, to be honest, Habib Ogoneye, he's playing today. He's ex-Man United. He came out of United's academy. To be honest, it was only last year, wasn't it, that Newport drew with, or they were drawing with Man United in the, was it the FA Cup? United went 2-0 up, and Newport got them back to 2-2 here at Rodney Parade. Everyone was this. I mean, United just seem to make a disaster out of every cup appearance, don't they? 3-star Reds, great to have you on board, Peter Lelewu. Yes, it is brilliant to have you. And UFCKS says, come on. LG, who scored the second goal? It was the same as the first, mate. Luke Thomas. Josh McEachran has been yellow carded. The Chelsea legend Josh McEachran's been carded. Third yellow card of the season as well. Dirty, dirty Josh McEachran. Eric Papalu, Ben White played for Newport as well. Did he really? NUFC, what channel is the England game on? I believe it is on. I believe it's on ITV. Luis Hidalgo, 78, from Sevilla. Mucho Betis. Can you see my Betis shirt? I've got a Sevilla shirt as well. I know you don't like that though. If you're a Betis fan, you're not going to like the Sevilla shirt. But I've got a lovely Sevilla shirt. I think it's just here actually. I reckon I've got a Sevilla shirt next to me. I could show you. McEachran, FIFA 15 Wonder Kid. But yeah, I've got a wonderful Betis shirt there. One of my favourite teams, Real Betis. And Sevilla, probably my favourite place in the whole world. If I could move anywhere in the world, it probably would be Sevilla. I love it. Genwill says, you don't know ball if you don't know Chelsea legend Marco Marin. Marco Marin. Didn't McEachran go to Anderlecht? He bounced around a lot, to be honest. I mean, there was a few. I'm sure Chelsea always have. Again, Chelsea are a little bit like. They did this with Billy Gilmore as well, didn't they? Like, kind of like what City did with Foden. Like, if we can't get Josh McEachran into our Chelsea squad, we might as well close the academy. He's that good. He's absolutely incredible. He should be playing for England. And I always felt he was grossly overrated, same as Billy Gilmore was. But McEachran played for Swansea, Middlesbrough, Watford, Wigan, Vitesse Arnhem, Brentford, Birmingham, Milton Keynes Dons, Oxford, and now Bristol Rovers. He's at 10 teams. And he played for England all the way up to under 21 level. Morgan Sawyer, you have a lovely fringe. That's very kind of you, Morgan. John, I'm sure we had McEachran for a while as well. Well, according to this, you did. Yeah, he was there for a little bit. Michael Reindorf off and Michael Spellman on. The two Michaels swapping. He's actually only scored, McEachran, for a midfielder as well, who's made... How many appearances has he made in his entire career? 365 appearances in his entire career, Josh McEachran. 365 for a midfielder. Guess how many goals he's scored? 1. Given he was like England's great white hope sort of thing. Chelsea's, next captain and all this. 365 games, 1 goal. That'd be a poor number for a centre-back, wouldn't it? 365 games, 1 goal. Absolutely shocking for a midfielder. Again, Will, 2 Michaels on during the game, but they're no better than Michael Laudrup. Is that Ellis Harrison there up front? I think it is. Ellis Harrison up front for Bristol Rovers. John Steve, how many assists? I don't know. I didn't check the assists. But the goals, it is only 1. He scored 1 during his Brentford days. LG says, I like this centre-back, plays for Porto. Perpic, the Croatian. I'll have to keep an eye out for him. Okay, we're very, very nearly into the last... Well, we're into the last 20 minutes now at Rodney Parade. Floated over to the far post. Bristol Rovers, it's 3-0. Easy peasy. And Harrison has scored. And I tell you what, that goalkeeper, I don't think he's going to be playing again for Newport. And if he is, that manager probably is going to be putting his own head on the chopping block. Because that goalkeeper, when I say he's had a bad game, oh my God, he's had a bad game. That goalkeeper's had a shocking game. It's dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful. Let's just watch this back. It's just a simple ball into the channel. He's onside. There's nothing wrong with it. And then he floats a ball over to the far side. Harrison's underneath it. Keeper's got to get underneath that. And, he's got to palm it away. He's got to do something there. Shocking from the goalkeeper. It's a simple ball in. That should be meat and drink for a goalkeeper, and he's missed it, and it's a free header, a tap-in from Harrison at the far post. Shocking. There you go. Bristol Rovers 3-0 up at Rodney Parade. There you go. What a performance from the Gas. The Pirates. Second League 2 goal this season for Ellis Harrison. I think he also got one in the EFL Cup as well. Asdren, hi Kee, you watching any games today? I am indeed, mate. I'm watching one right now. Newport County against Bristol Rovers. As soon as this one is finished, I'm going to be watching Doncaster Rovers against Bradford City at 3 o'clock. So I'll be live for that one. And then as soon as that one finishes, we'll be doing England against Andorra. So they are the 3 games that we're doing today. So if you want to join me for any of them, it'd be lovely to have you. Make sure you've clicked follow, make sure you've liked and subscribed and all that good stuff. If you're on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, wherever you're watching me right now, make sure you've liked and subscribed. It massively helps me out. Clarky says Newport get battered everywhere they go. Reece, that is shocking from the keeper. I'm surprised at how bad this keeper has been today. I know all keepers can have mistakes and they can get things wrong, and I understand all that, but 3 howlers he's basically made in this one game. 2 of which have cost them goals. Again, Will, Dreadford, like Ramsdale's England career trajectory. They're in again down this right-hand side, Bristol Rovers. If they keep pushing on, they could make this a very, very big victory. And I'll be honest, Hughes, who was only appointed manager of Newport, is looking rapidly unsafe in that position as Exiles manager. This would be the 5th straight defeat. It's not a particularly good start to his... Oh, unlucky. Bristol Rovers nearly making it 4-0. Callum Coyle, who have you got? Donny or Bradford, bro? I have got Bradford or draw in that one. So I had Bristol Rovers to win here. I've now got Bradford or draw away at Doncaster, along with a whole host of other 3 o'clock kickoffs. Stockport to win at Plymouth. again, or draw. So I never ever do any that's just outright win, ever. Never ever back a team to win outright, because it only takes one draw to screw you then. So I always do Stockport. I've done Stockport away at Plymouth, Wigan away at Lincoln. Yeah, I talked them all through earlier. You've probably got them all. It's the ball, says Joe. Yeah, it's that new ball. David Raya got it right. It's definitely that ball. Clarkey, is it worse than Andre Onana for Man United? It's comparable, definitely. Yeah, I'm not sure Andre Onana's had too many games worse than this. But this will be 5 straight defeats for Newport. It's been a bad old August. August in general has been pretty bad, and September's not started much better. Genwill says the ball's got magnets. Right, Luke Thomas is coming off. Should have a hat-trick, the lad. But Luke Thomas comes off, and the Cypriot Rule Sotiriou is coming onto the pitch for a little bit more of a attacking prowess. Probably the last thing Newport County need is fresh legs in attack facing them, because they've looked like conceding every single time Bristol Rovers have come forward in this second half. It's been a really poor performance, it has to be said, coming out of the half-time changing rooms. Callum Coyle says Mike Green is going to be mad. Genuinely think Hughes might get sacked here. Discover Mentality says, where is Cameron Evans? Well, he's on the pitch. He got took off at... when did he get took off? 64th minute. Whitmore came on for him. Yeah, Cameron Evans... I mean, to be honest, I don't feel like Cameron Evans... Weren't they 2-0 down? But yeah, they were 2-0 down by the time Evans came off. Joel says Sonny Braybrook is Newport's brightest spark. And LG says Newport got worse in the second half. Yeah, Newport haven't been particularly good all game, but the second half in particular, they've kind of fallen apart. I thought Camwer has had a half-decent game, to be honest. If anyone for Newport stood out, I would say Camwer. Here's Newport's chance. What a goal that is. There you go. It's 3-1. Fabulous goal. Absolutely sensational. It's a wonderful finish, it has to be said, from Whitmore, who we've just been talking about. Whitmore, who replaced Evans. Kai Whitmore, what a volley that is. And it's 3-1 to Bristol Rovers. Could we have game on here? There's still time. Newport goal. Kai Evans, wonderful finish on the volley. No chance for the goalkeeper, it has to be said. Absolutely smashed it past him. Just a lovely chest to set it up. And bang. Great finish. And now, if you're a Bristol Rovers fan, you're just saying, for the love of God, just keep it tight and don't concede a second. Because if we can keep it tight for the next 5 minutes, we're probably there. Get us to 85 minutes, still 3-1 up, quieting the crowd down. But if you're Newport, you've got to throw the kitchen sink at these now. Because if the odds are, if you score a second, you will score a third. It's a corner to Bristol Rovers here. Bristol Rovers aren't taking it lying down. They've gone up the other end. It's been a very, very good second half, this, hasn't it? Let's be honest. First half was crap. Second half, talk about a game of two halves. Second half's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. Beautiful finish. Couldn't agree more, MCFC. John Steve says, I thought Sheffield United would sack Sellers during this international break. There's a few managers who I thought would be gone. Russell Martin at Rangers, Sellers certainly another one at Sheffield United. And if Hughes loses this one, I think he might go from Newport, to be honest. Ball's come all the way over to the far side. Rovers picking it up. Stood up to the far post. And it's gone back out. It's going to be a... Oh no, he's cleared it away. Well done. Joe, who have you got after this? I'm watching Doncaster against Bradford, mate. That's my next game. Yorkshire Derby. Yeah. North Yorkshire against South Yorkshire, though. LG, Graham Potter, but I think he redeemed himself beating Forest. Yeah, that goal against... Oh, sorry, that game against Forest, especially the nature of the result. Not just being like a 1-0, they've pinched it. They absolutely battered Forest, didn't they, in the end? So, that's probably bought him some time, it has to be said. I think if he'd have lost that one, he probably would have lost his job. Like, last 10 minutes here for Newport. Peter Leleu, welcome to Nairobi, brother. My bet is Bristol Rovers. Nice. Thanks, Peter. Good to see you. Joe, we got Real Madrid's former CEO yesterday. Wasn't he... Oh, yeah, I've seen that, yeah. I mean, you needed someone. You need a director of football now, don't you? Newport County. Chance. It's all very, very scrappy. And it's come out to promise Omakere. My God, what a piece of play that was. Talk about hold-up play. Absolutely brilliant, that, from the centre-forward. Did really well. Skills. That would have been on... thingy on Soccer AM, that, wouldn't it? Showboat. All aboard the showboat. Right, Southam Hales and Chang off, Senior and Mola on. Is that Clinton Mola? Is it Clinton Mola who's come on there? Because it wasn't at one point he like considered the next big thing. That's quite a downfall for Clinton Mola. I'm sure he was at Stuttgart, wasn't he? He was doing quite well. Yeah, I think he is. Clinton Mola. 24 years of age at Bristol Rovers. He was at Stuttgart, ex-Chelsea. Was playing in the Bundesliga just a couple of years ago and has fallen from grace quite significantly. He's gone to Blackburn, then into Reading, and now at Bristol Rovers. So he's dropped down the divisions quite rapidly. 3-star Reds, thanks Kee for bringing up the West Ham game. The meds for shock were working fine up until now. Sorry mate, I apologise. Joe, showboat with the cringy rap music. Laws says, up the gas. Yeah, they've played well, haven't they, Bristol Rovers? It's been a great performance from the Pirates, certainly in the second half. Last 10 minutes here, if he can hang on and keep Newport out just for these last few minutes. I think 2 goals might be too much time. There's probably not enough time for 2 goals if they can hit sort of 86, 87 minutes still at 3-1. Eric says ex-Leeds man changed the game for West Ham when he came on. Which Leeds man? Ex-Leeds man changed the game. Who's the ex-Leeds man? I'm trying to think now. Somerville. He did, didn't he? Yeah, he did do well. To be honest, I've been surprised Somerville maybe hasn't played a little bit more for West Ham. I know he's been injured and stuff, but I thought he would do a lot better at West Ham than he maybe has done. Newport have got a chance here now on the counter-attack. This is a big opportunity if they can get it. Got the overlap. He's got to get it right. Oh, it's really poor. Shocking. Shot from distance. Just wrong getting rid of the ball. What is it with... Honestly, these are so bad at this. Like, when you get the ball and you're driving forward, when you've got an opportunity to release it, I don't know how they just choose to keep hold of it all the time. This is great play by Bristol Rovers on the counter-attack here now. Down the left-hand side. What was that? What was that? As if you've just done that. Oh, I would be fining him massive amount. He's not playing again for me if I'm the Bristol Rovers manager. Please tell me I'm not exaggerating with what I've just seen there. That is absolutely shocking. He would not be playing for me again. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that is game over for him. Sparks it was. The right back. Was it Sparks or was it Senior, actually? It might have been Senior. I think it was Joel Senior, actually. It wasn't Sparks. It was Joel Senior who came off the bench and he carried the ball forward and got it. That was absolutely dreadful. Genuinely would have been fine in 2 weeks' wages for that. That's a cardinal sin in football. It was number 3. Oh, well, if it was number 3, then it was Sparks, who's actually had quite a good game at right back. But for him to carry the ball forward like that and have nobody up with him, admittedly nobody was up there, but your team's hanging on, you've got 5 minutes left to play, you're basically heading towards the corner. Why on earth would you choose to have a shot from there? That's disgusting. That is like zero football intelligence. Always tough to come on as a fullback. I know, but like that, when you get in that position, I don't understand how. Where is your mind at to think, oh, I'll just have a shot. I might as well. Nobody else is up. If Newport score here, they have as well, off the line. Oh, I would be fully, honestly, he would never play for me again. That would be it. It's infuriating. Take the ball to the corner. Off the line. I mean, admittedly, it was him who's just cleared it off the line. So maybe he's just made up for it because the guy who's just done what I've said, I was disappointed with him in. He has just cleared it off the line for Bristol Rovers. So, okay, maybe I'll just wind me neck in a little bit on that one. Oh, yeah, it has been an eventful second half, John. Definitely an eventful second half. They've done well, Bristol Rovers, to kill the game off and then basically let Newport back in. They kind of opened the door and said, right, come on, get yourselves back in, lads. Thank you for the follow, Gareth. Appreciate that. Eric, what are you saying? Sorry. Eric says, always to cough. Oh, we've done that one. Sorry. Time to go for a few with the lads. Been a pleasure listening and watching. I shall be back. Eric, appreciate it, mate. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. Take it easy. They've scored again. It's 3-2. I told you there was going to be chaos in this game. There's still time. Honestly, they're going to throw this away, Bristol. They are going to throw this away. There's a claim for a foul, but I don't think they're going to get it. Nah, they're not going to get it. If this does go to 3-3, it is absolutely shocking. Let's just watch this back. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Great goal. Great goal from Newport. Sparks can't quite stop the cross. And it's just a tap-in. It's not a tap-in, actually. It's a really good finish from Opoku. Nathan Opoku scored on his Newport debut. And it's Newport 2, Bristol Rovers 3. Are you doing England later then, mate? I am, Dill, yeah. I'll be live for England at 5 o'clock. I'm also doing one at 3 p.m. For Doncaster Rovers against Bradford City. So we'll be watching a bit of that. And England, obviously, as well. So I can't believe Bristol Rovers are throwing this away, though. I really can't. Taylor says 0-1 Serbia. Oh, I think England will do all right against Serbia. They should do anyway. They can't be losing against Serbia. This is absolutely sickening. It really is. 3-star Reds. Oh, we've done that one, sorry. 6 added minutes at the end of this game. Oh, sweet Lord. LG, are you just doing Northern Ireland tomorrow? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Up to this point, I'm probably just going to do Germany, Northern Ireland. That seems to be the one to do. Newport with the ball in. Chance! Oh, good save. Unlucky. I tell you what, they're giving it. They're giving it some. They're giving it some. John Steve says, Bradford are flying. I honestly think they can beat Newcastle in the Cup. Every chance, yeah. Archie says, Bristol won't throw this away, trust me. Well, you've just spoke that into existence. You can see the Bristol Rovers defenders are all panicking at the back. They're all, Alfie Kilgore and everyone, they're all like, come on lads, what are we doing? Let's get our heads into the game. They've lost it. Clarkey, what's your starting team for England against Andorra? We did this earlier. So I think it's probably going to be Pickford in goal. I think Jed Spence left back. I think Kwanzaa. Who did I say earlier on? Yeah, so I said it'd be Pickford in goal, Tino Livramento right wing back, Mark Gay, Konza and Kwanzaa at centre back, and Jed Spence on the left. Midfield of Rice, Elliot Anderson and Morgan Rogers, and then either Eze, Gordon or Bowen just off Harry Kane. That would be my 5-3-2. How many minutes extra time? It's 6, and we are currently, let me get the clock up, 2 minutes in, so it's another 4 minutes to go. Are you doing Spain-Turkey? No, I'm not doing Spain-Turkey because it's on at the same time as Germany and Northern Ireland tomorrow, so we'll be doing Germany-Northern Ireland instead. 3-star Reds, wonder what the odds were for 3-3 when Bristol were 3-0 up. Well, it was 3-0, I think, in about the 77th, 78th minute. So I reckon for 3-3, you could have got at that point. Close to, I reckon you probably could have got 500 to 1 there or thereabouts. Loz, stop flapping, boys. Archie Kwanzaa isn't in the squad. Are you sure? Newport, ball in. It's going to be a free kick. According to this, he is. According to this, Kwanzaa is in the squad. Are Oxford going down this season? I've got Leicester to beat them next week. Okay, well, we've got a couple of minutes left. I wonder. Archie said on Sky Sports before he wasn't weird that. Apparently the squad mate is Pickford, Henderson, Trafford. Then it's Dan Burn, Gay, James, Konza, Lewis Skelly, Livramento, Kwanzaa, Spence and John Stones. Then it's Elliot Anderson, Gibbs White, Henderson, Loftus-Cheek, Rice and Rogers. Forwards of Bowen, Eze, Gordon, Kane, Madueke, Rashford and Watkins. But John Stones withdrew from the squad. And Loftus-Cheek and Kwanzaa. Oh, and Wharton as well. John Stones and Adam Wharton withdrew from the squad. Loftus-Cheek and Kwanzaa were called up. So Kwanzaa is a replacement for John Stones. LG, Newport could get a point. I hope not. I've got Bristol Rovers to win, but it's looking like they might be able to... Oh, that was naughty. That's naughty. That's a possible yellow. Maybe even worse, actually. No, it's definite yellow for Promise on Okere there. We've got 90 seconds left here at Rodney Parade. Big chance here. Newport are just going to pump this one long into the box. Archie, obviously Gibbs White is a good player, but I think he's overrated. I prefer Wharton or Anderson. I think Anderson has to be in there. I wouldn't have a problem with Anderson and Gibbs White, but I think Rogers is better than Gibbs White, and it's either or. It's not both of them. It's either Gibbs White or Rogers, and I think Rogers is better. Newport County again winning all the headers here. LG, did you bet on it? I did, mate, yeah. I had Bristol Rovers away win. John Steve, I genuinely forgot Loftus-Cheek existed. Where's he at now? He's at AC Milan. Right, 30 seconds to go at Rodney Parade. It's been a really, really entertaining game, this one. Newport 2, Bristol Rovers 3. The Exiles trying to get back into it at the end, but the gas, just too much gas from the Pirates to put it 3-2. Original says penalty to tie it at 3-3. I can't see it, mate. Not with 20 seconds left. No, very, very unlikely. But Newport are coming forward. They launch it long into the box. Far too easy. Keeper claims it, and that should be that. That is that, in fact. I think the referee will blow up as soon as he takes this free kick. And that should be it. Ball pumped forward. Surely that's full-time, referee. 3-star Reds after last Sunday against West Ham. Rodgers gets the nod for me over Gibbs-White. He's definitely the form player, isn't he, as well? Even if you don't think he's necessarily naturally better, he's definitely the form player. LG, who do you think will win, Doncaster or Bradford? I have gone for Bradford or draw, away win. But Bradford or draw I've got, so I'm happy. Double chance, either or. As long as Doncaster don't, I'm hoping for a Bantam's point at the very least. Happy with a point in that one. Alfie Kilgore, the captain for Rovers, goes down there, wins an important free kick. And I think that should be that now. He's wasted another minute there, and the referee has blown up. There you go. Full time at Rodney Parade. What a game that was. Newport 2, Bristol Rovers 3. All the goals coming in the second half. It was absolutely chaotic in the second half. A horrific performance, it has to be said, from Newport's keeper, Sanev. I don't know if he'll get too many starts again, but it's the 5th straight defeat for Newport. And Bristol Rovers did really, really well to hang on in the end. They very nearly did throw it away, but they just about hung on. And, yeah, really good performance. Anyway, there you go. I am going to be back in about 20 minutes' time for Doncaster Rovers against Bradford. If you want to join me, make sure you've clicked up there and you've liked and followed. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you've liked, subscribed, followed. I'll be back in 20 minutes for Doncaster Rovers against Bradford City. Plus, we'll be doing a live sort of, as goals go in everywhere else, we'll be talking about the goals that have gone in everywhere else across the National League, League One, League Two, and all that stuff. So, if you want to come back for a Soccer Saturday experience, then make sure you do. Catch you in about 20 minutes.